listeners. Welcome to AAA Short Stories by Nelson Nick. I'm Nelson Nick, and this is my very first podcast, so I really hope that you enjoy it. And if I make any mistakes, please send me a comment how to do things correctly. If you're an expert, I'm just a beginner for the podcast. So, how are we going to start? I want to start by giving back to society. I have been blessed by God. I've had many, many blessings. I cannot complain. So what I'm doing is basically sharing with you some things that are very important. And other podcasts, I will be giving out short stories, everything from jokes, reality, dreams, anything at all that interests you. If there's something particular that you want to hear from us, just send us an email at abc@nelsonnicktv.com. No C on the Nick. www.nelsonnicktv.com. Let's start off with our infancy. Do you remember the first time somebody asked you, what do you want to be when you grow up? My answer was simple. I wanted to be Batman. I mean, Batman and Robin were kicking butt on the series on television, and that's one of my favorite hobbies. I love TV, and it's not easy for a television production, and it seems so flawlessly when you see it. But after I said Batman and I saw the series of Superman, I decided Superman is what I really want to be when I grow up. But finally, when I did grow up, you could dream, but flying, you never know. There's always a chance. So, again, you remember when they asked you and the answer was? I gave you mine when I was a kid. Before I continue, I want to give out some kudos. Kudos to the United States Air Force, U.S. Army, U.S. Navy, U.S. Marine Corps, our Coast Guard. Kudos to our law enforcement, our med teams, our EMTs, our fire department. These are the real heroes of life. I've had an opportunity to serve in the U.S. Air Force under special operations, and my very last job in the Air Force was an Air Force recruiter. And what I learned from the U.S. Air Force recruiting training is the following. It's all about the mattress. Let me spell it out for you. MATTRESS. The Air Force mattress. And exactly what is this all about? First, money. These are your needs. You need money to pay rent, your power bill, your fuel, your car, your mortgage, etc. So this is one of the needs from the mattress. Money. Second, advancement. If you're going into a job, military or not, you want to grow. You want to advance. You're not going to start at one type of job and stay there the rest of your life. You want to get ahead. So getting ahead is very important as a need. 3, T for training. If you're in the Air Force and any other part of the military, you're going to get training to do the job well. You're going to rehearse, you're going to practice and continue practicing. You got no choice. You really want to be good at what you're at, you got to continue to practice and work on being the best of the best. The next T is traveling. While in the Air Force, I traveled around the U.S., traveled around Europe, and many other different places. It's wonderful to see the other cultures and how much you're going to appreciate the United States of America. We're not perfect, but I bet you we got the best country on the planet. And I am so proud and so thrilled and privileged to be an American. Recreation is the next one, the R. You could work hard and work very hard, but after that you should party hard and party very hard. all in moderation, as you know. Recreation, you have to have fun. Sometimes if you're in the Air Force or any other branch, you got teams for baseball, basketball, boxing, wrestling. Everything that you could think of to relax from all that work is very important. E, for education. While in the Air Force, everything that we were trained on, we were getting college credits for. The Community College of the Air Force stores all that information. You could work with the community college to get your associate's degree, and from there, you're accredited regionally. There's a difference between accreditation. You have national accreditation and you have regional accreditation. National accepts regional credits if you go from one college to another, but regional does not always accept national accreditation. The most powerful one is regional. That's the one you want if you want to continue having credits from what you learned and you don't lose those credits from the past. Security. Isn't it fun that when you're working you feel so secure that you know that you can pay that mortgage, that you could go ahead and feel safe that tomorrow you'll still have the job? The only thing that could hold that is death. Death and paying taxes. That's the guarantee in life. You're guaranteed you're going to end up paying taxes and you're going to end up dying someday. And satisfaction is the last letter of the mattress. It's very nice that when you do a good job, you're being recognized. And more than being recognized, you're getting awards. I remember when I won one of the 12 most outstanding airmen in Europe. And our training and work and everything you could think of boils down to being satisfied as what you're doing. Excuse me, I'm human, I'm normal, I made a mistake. Traveling around Europe, England, France, Luxembourg, Holland, Spain, Germany, Switzerland, Italy. While you're in the military or in a particular job where you do a lot of traveling, you really enjoy everything that you can do and appreciate the cultures. And they're so different based on political, based on religion, if and not you believe in one thing or another. Just appreciate. So I just described the mattress. I consider it the Air Force mattress. You got money, advancement, training, traveling, recreation, education, security, and satisfaction. You can apply all of these to your life. If you're driving in your car at this moment, see if you can remember this first podcast from AAA Short Stories by Nelson Nick, NNTV 13 News Magazine Podcast. When you get a chance, get a hold of a piece of paper, pencil or pen, write down this mattress, and I'm going to repeat it again. Money, advancement, training, traveling, recreation, education, security, and satisfaction. This is a base where you can count on to fulfill your needs. Isn't it fun that when you're working at something, you enjoy it so much that it's not work? That's the way life should be. We should be doing things that we love. And if we do things that we love, you never work another day in your life. So, write all of this down. If you have any questions, send me comments. I repeat, to abc@nelsonnicktv.com, and I will do my best to help you in every way I can. Maybe it's not you, maybe it's your children. Ask them the question, what do you want to study when you go to college? Most of the students are going to think first, look up to the sky with their eyes, And the answer is, I really don't know. Let me go through the basics and see how I work from there. So, this has been a presentation from www.nelsonnicktv.com. Nelson Nick is myself. Nelson, very easy to remember. And try to remember this podcast, and I hope it all worked out the best it can. Now, I want to thank everybody for listening. Again, I want to give kudos to the United States Air Force, United States Army, United States Navy, United States Marines, the U.S. Coast Guard, and our heroes in law enforcement, our medical teams, our EM teams, our fire departments. These are our heroes, as I repeated. And your job, whichever it might be, is very important to you. You depend on this job. I mean, it's just common sense. If you don't like the job you're in, start looking for another job. Don't quit your job first, and see what you really like to do. Get your resume on. Remember the mattress. Remember which of these needs are most important, or all of them. In my case, I used all of them. I was so happy to be in the U.S. Air Force. It's incredible. All the flying, all the training, the camaraderie. Uniforms are pretty good. Ladies love a man in uniform. Same thing. Men love a woman in uniform. So I hope in this very first podcast, and the mistakes that I made, I hope you forgive me for these mistakes. I will be studying this podcast all over again. And I will do the best I can to share different short stories. I'm in my 60s, and I started working at around 6. It seems like a lifetime. You might think it's a lifetime, but it was just yesterday that I just remembered so many stories that I could count you on. Especially the ones of the missions. I'm going to be sharing some of the missions in the future podcasts. I will be writing them down, giving you an idea. You'll see which is reality and which was not reality. And it's up to you to administer what you heard to your life. My life isn't better or worse than your life. But if I have something to pay back, if I have the opportunity to make your life better, I think I'm doing my job. My job is to help people to help themselves. I thank you so much for listening to the podcast, and I hope you stay tuned to the future, because there's a lot of good stuff coming on. Thank you again. Nelson, signing out.
You've got mail.